I'm going to do something different that I've never done today. I'm going to ask you guys to help work with me to develop this new style. Now, first of all, this is unique because these pieces came from a comment on one of the videos where somebody said, and I will give them credit as soon as I go back and remember what the name was, but this woman said about the attachable, detachable stones I had on another video where you can take a stone, put a wire a certain way, and then you can attach it or detach it from other pieces. She said, why don't you stretch out the parts that are attachable or detachable even more, wrap them around, and you can have an adjustable ring. And I was like, that is so clever. So I made several attempts with this. So these are all technically adjustable rings, but they're still a little bit in the wonky stage. They're still, each of the patterns I tried leaves a little bit more to be desired as far as I'm concerned, as far as smoothness and just lack of awkwardness. So these may look pretty cool to you, and I think I could probably sell them to some people, and I think some people might not see any flaw with them at all. But basically the idea is they open and close to be adjustable to any finger, and I'm going to show you how I go about making them, and these are my first 3 attempts. And each time I got a little closer to what I wanted. This was my 3rd one. And, you know, now that I'm looking back on it in a minute, I actually find I like it better than I did when I first made it. You know, when you first make something, you're judging everything about it, how it doesn't come out exactly the way you imagined in your head. Then step back, put it away for a few hours, maybe a day or two, come back, and you might find you really like it a lot more. So I think this might be the pattern that works. But I'll show you guys a few of these patterns. So if you want to stay tuned. Here's one. The first one, I didn't have enough wire at all, so I just bent the 2 edges in the back and figured I'd make this into a pendant. So that was kind of fun. Okay, so you want to start out with 20 or 18 gauge. 20 is probably easier. The 20 is mostly what I've been using, although I did attempt some with 18. Anyway, 20, about 2 feet. Which is about 55 centimeters. And get yourself a stone, I think 6 millimeter, a nice little 6 millimeter bead works nicely, although a flat bead would probably work nicely too. I've been really liking it. I think this is some kind of blue agate with some kind of a gold leaf type pattern in. I'm not sure if that's completely natural, but it's super cute. Anyway, as always, bring it to the middle of the wire, as almost always. And get your 2 ends, and once you have it in the middle, crimp it. Okay, so far, we're on track to do what we almost always do. Now here's the crazy part. You're gonna start with, I'm gonna come out like this, about 2.5 inches, like really far. And then I'm gonna bend it and come all the way back. That's going to be one part to wrap around the finger. And I'm going to do the same on this side to wrap around the opposite way. So here's the part where it gets a little tricky. What do you do with this? Do you twist it up? Do you wrap it around? There's many different ways. So I'm going to show you this one way. So you want to get it back to the stone and then give it a twist. And this is where the part where this stone starts moving around, this part starts moving around, and you're kind of, for a minute there, you're kind of like trying to hold everything in place, like stop moving. So we'll do this next one, come out about 2.5 inches, or I guess, what's that, 5 centimeters? And now again, this is not precise, we're learning here, we're just learning what's a good pattern. So we're gonna try to make that again. Okay, bring these together, wrap that around or give it a twist. It's the same idea. All right, so see now immediately, this is moving all over. What do we do with that? I don't like that. I don't like stuff moving around. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring it around the stone like this and start wrapping it around the other side. And in case you weren't sure what I just did, everything we do, we're gonna copy it on both sides. So we're gonna bring this one around here and start wrapping it around here. All right, so wrapped it around about 3 times. Now here's the question, what do we do? You could take this piece and wrap it all the way down and then give it a swirl. That's one idea. Or you can take this piece, just wrap it around here and make a swirl. I don't know. You guys, this is where I'm asking for you to do some experiments too. And show me, I'll show you where you can post your experiments. And we're gonna learn this together. And maybe I'll do another video when I come up with the pattern that I like the best. And maybe I'll have learned even more interesting things by then to do with this. But for this one, let's say we're gonna twist this, give it some twists, and we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna do both, twist and wrap. And when we come to this last part, what I did one time, which seemed to work, was I pulled it through here like this. And 20 gauge is kind of hard, it'll fight you, but I grabbed it and I pulled it tight just to make that tight spot. And then I took the end here and I did a basic swirl. So, and I apologize if I'm not moving quickly, if I'm just rambling here, because like I said, this is a learning process. Now, I took this swirl and then I folded it over the top here, like that. And then I ended up with this part, which was kind of wonky. I didn't like it too much. So you can do a number of things. I'm gonna like crimp it to get rid of that little thing sticking out. And that, now we have like a cool design right there. That's kind of cool, right? And we'll do the same thing on this one. We'll twist it. And again, this is like, it's not perfect. Look how wonky and nutty that is. But now we're gonna wrap this. We're not wrapping it super tight. We're wrapping it in pretty wide diagonals. And come around here. I'm not even gonna try to do that thing where I go through it. This seems tight enough. I'm just gonna do my loop. I think that was an unnecessary step now that I'm thinking back on it. Make our loop nice and cute. Tell all those people in the background to stop making noise. This is our time to have fun, not theirs. Oh, that's kind of cute. See, it comes out a little different every time. And I'm gonna try to press that tight so the stone is sticking up. Now we just get our ring mandrel. 7 is a nice, easy, but I'm gonna go 6 to try to make it tighter. We can always go back, because this is gonna be adjustable. And this is gonna come across this way up to the top. This is going to come across this way, up to the top. Actually, let's move it all the way down to 5 and really get it nice and tight, because it's kind of springy. It'll bounce back. Let's all go all the way down to 4. Now, see that? It's kind of fun. It looks a little bit sloppy still, in my opinion. But some people might like it. I'm still not feeling that little crimp part there. Let's get rid of that some more. Tuck that in. Kind of feel like I don't like that loop sticking out either. I'm going to make that crimp that one in too. Try to get rid of that a little bit. There we go. I actually like that a little better. But this is what I've come up with. Now, it doesn't have to be antique copper. I just happen to like that color, and could have made a bunch in other colors to show you, but I was focusing more on trying to get the pattern down. So, tell me what you think. Oh, and as promised, go to facebook.com, search the same name as this channel, but on Facebook, Matt's Crazy Art. That will give you 2 things. It will give you a business page, which has this painting with a whole bunch of exploding light as the main photo. That's the one you don't want. Or you can join there. That's fun too. That's if you want to keep track on Facebook. You just hit the like button and then you'll be following it. But to send me photos or even video clips of what you came up with, go to the private group by the same name And that has a photo of, look how I almost spelled group. That has a photo of a painting of a guitar, kind of this abstract guitar thing. And that's the one you want. And you have to ask to join, I guess. I should make it public. I have to figure out how that works because I'm so awesome at tech. Not really. And anyway, that's where you can post anything you want. Anytime, like, post your own stuff. I don't care. Anything you make that's art related. And have discussions with other people. So you try out some of these guys and post them and let me know what you come up with. We'll come up with this together. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day. Here's another one I just tried with my wonky silver. Another pattern. Let's see how this one comes out. Okay, wrapping it so far is going well. Except I got these big giant flipper paddles that I think I'm going to turn them into swirls. See if that will work. This is a tricky way to do a swirl. You just grab it right here and start turning it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Or rather, sometimes it works for me. Sometimes I figure out I don't know what I'm doing. Like in this case, yes, this is turning into a mess. But, like all great messes, we will pull beauty out of it somehow. So there we go. How did I do that? I have no clue. Well, let's see if we can do it again. So just hold this right here. Start twisting it. Grab the other pliers because it's kind of getting weird. And it's just kind of mishmashes into a mishmash pile of mishmash. And that's how we get mishmash. But it's a prettier mishmash than that big floppy paddle looking thing. So put it back on the ring mandrel and see if we can work with it. Yeah. The springy silver it's harder to work with and it's springier, but still pretty. Silver is just pretty, you know. Looks like I have two balled up fists there. Oh well, we'll make it work. Somehow, some way. I got some cool swirls here by taking that long end part and just wrapping it a little bit and swirling it right at the end instead of wrapping it all the way down. Alright, well, more experiments to come. What about this one? How is this one going to turn out? Let's find out. Pretty weird.